It's snowing outside right now, and it's quite cold. We are in more or less the middle of winter. And I wanted to speak a little bit about winter because if you live in a place where winter exists and winter is harsh, I think we all know that there's a lot of reputational damage that's been done to winter. And it is harsh. It's a harsh season. There's no denying that fact. It does make you dress very warm. It makes you spend a lot of time inside. It forces you to generate your own fun when you can go outside in the summer and everything is in bloom and everything is beautiful. It's much easier to sort of just be delighted by the day. In winter, you are asked to do a little bit more manual self-delighting. But I also think this is its magic. I'm literally looking outside and there are just like fluffy snowflakes floating in the air. It is so magical. And I think winter refines our focus a lot. It forces us to look at the details and look at the small parts of what is around us and brings our attention inwards so that we can see more clearly and notice. Winter gives us a lot of space to reflect and go inwards and to step away from the constant stream of doing and demands that society so often places on us. And I think if you use winter's medicine and its magic in its purest, most potent form, winter allows you to shed and release basically anything that is no longer resonant, true, aligned for you, and invites you to create a much more pure and cohesive and coherent and refined version of yourself to bring into the coming seasons of extroversion and expression and doing and inevitable fun that will follow. One of my favorite parts of winter is that everyone kind of leaves you alone. You get to do your own thing. You can spend an entire day baking or cleaning or knitting or reading or listening to music or making music or writing, whatever it is that you like to do that is hard to find the time to do in the busier seasons. You have a lot more spaciousness for in winter. Right now I have pistachio cardamom buns baking in the oven, and I'm looking across at the hat that I'm in the very early stages of knitting, and I like lighting candles. I like just taking really, really good care of myself in the winter. And it's so interesting because even like the conditions of winter ask you to do that. Like your skin gets dry or your hair gets dry or your environment is colder. You need to like pay more attention to what you're wearing and to how you take care of your physical vessel. You need to push yourself a little harder maybe to get to the gym or to like exercise in whatever way keeps you healthy and happy and energized. But if you can do these things in the winter, you can definitely do them year round. I love the way that the winter gives us space. I love the way that the winter lets what is no longer true die off. I love the way that the winter is this sort of deep inhale that allows us to like sip all the air up and fill our energetic lungs all the way up and take such good care of ourselves so that we can exert in the coming seasons. And if you don't feel like you have the strongest, healthiest, happiest relationship to winter, I'd encourage you to just find the ways that you like to have fun during the season. And you might be surprised by how much fun you can have alone in your home. It's just about exploring the things that make you nourished and feel full and feel content, that don't need to involve other people, that don't need to involve being outside necessarily, but just that really help you return home to yourself. And I tweeted recently that making things with your hands reminds you the pace that reality is actually meant to move at, and it resonated very strongly. And I think that winter always does this for me. Winter slows everything down and gives me permission to take on projects that feel like they're going to take a lot longer because it makes me feel like I have a lot more time. When I'm in the summer It feels like every minute is planned for and occupied, and there's no time. There's no time to make a scarf. There's no time to make some homemade hair oil I'm gonna put on. There's no time to spend a whole day inside making bread. It just feels like these are things that I don't have the capacity for when the season demands that I come outside and play all the time. Whereas with winter, you get this real permission to just be spacious with your existence and to prioritize things that take time. And in doing that, you realize how long it takes to create things and for change to be made in your own life and with material things. And I think that's all just a very healthy practice to remember that meaningful, beautiful things take time to create. And winter gives you that time. So if there is some craft or some project or some initiative or some story or some thing that you've wanted to create, write, make, do, read, whatever it might be, use the space of this season to do that and to step into this more honed, grounded, calm, tender, aligned version of yourself. That is what the winter is for. It gives you the space and the permission to do what you need to take care of yourself. Enjoy the space. Take the space and find what feels fun for you in the winter and do lots of it.